The next morning, I allowed myself to sleep in a little longer, feeling a slight fatigue from the previous day's excitement of wearing the Cinderella costume. As I made my way to the kitchen, I found my mother already busy preparing breakfast. A warm smile greeted me as she said, "Good morning, Bobby." Hearing her use my chosen girl name filled me with a sense of joy and acceptance. I reciprocated the greeting with a loving smile. I took a stand at the kitchen table, observing my mother's nurturing presence as she skillfully prepared our morning meal. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and sizzling bacon filled the air, creating a comforting and familiar atmosphere. We engaged in light conversation, sharing our plans for the day and discussing the events from the Halloween celebration the night before. After breakfast, I made my way back to my bedroom, finding solace in the familiar surroundings. Sitting on my bed, I took a moment to reflect on the incredible experience of the previous day. As I replayed the memories in my mind, I realized that this time was different from the previous occasions where I had dressed up as a girl for Halloween events. This time, something had changed within me. In the past, I had merely seen dressing up as a girl as a fun and temporary escape from my usual self. However, this time, I found myself genuinely enjoying the experience and feeling a sense of comfort in girls' clothing. The softness of the fabric, the vibrant colors, and the feminine designs all resonated with me on a deeper level. It was as if I had discovered a part of myself that had been waiting to be expressed. One significant factor in my newfound interest in cross-dressing was the happiness it brought to my mother. Seeing her joy and acceptance of my girl look touched my heart in ways I couldn't have anticipated. As I joined my mother in the living room, we sat next to each other, ready to reminisce about our unforgettable experience from the previous day. The excitement was still palpable in the air as we began to chat, sharing our thoughts and feelings about the Halloween event and my transformation as Bobby. We laughed as we recalled the reactions of people around us, their expressions of surprise and admiration at my girl look. We relished in the memories of the competition and the joy of being crowned the winner. The pride in my mother's eyes was evident as she spoke about how beautifully I had carried myself and how natural I looked as Bobby. We discussed the intricacies of the makeup, the choice of clothing, and the attention to detail that went into creating my feminine appearance. My mother expressed her delight in seeing me embrace my true self and how it brought her a profound sense of happiness and fulfillment. Our conversation extended beyond the events of the day, delving into deeper topics about identity, cross-dressing, and the importance of acceptance and love. My mother's unwavering support and understanding created an environment where we could openly discuss these matters without fear or judgment. As we talked, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for having such a loving and accepting mother. Her presence in my life was a constant reminder that I was not alone in my journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance. Her encouragement and reassurance gave me the strength and confidence to fully embrace my identity as Bobby. In the evening, Sydney joined us, bringing with her a collection of photos she had taken during our Halloween adventure. As we gathered around, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation to see the captured moments of my transformation as Cinderella. One by one, Sydney revealed the photos, each image telling a story of its own. The camera had captured the magic of the evening, showcasing the beauty and elegance of my Cinderella costume. The soft lace, the flowing skirt, and the sparkling accessories brought a smile to my face as I relived those enchanting moments. We laughed and reminisced as we flipped through the photographs, marveling at the attention to detail and the genuine happiness radiating from each frame. Sydney's skilled photography had not only captured my external transformation but also the inner joy and confidence that had blossomed within me. As I drifted off to sleep, the thought of dressing in girls' clothes lingered in my mind. It was a feeling that I couldn't ignore, and it brought a sense of excitement and curiosity. The softness of the fabrics, the vibrant colors, and the way it made me feel more feminine had left a lasting impression on me. In the quiet of the night, I allowed myself to imagine the possibilities that lay ahead. I wondered about the different styles of dresses, the elegant accessories, and the makeup looks I could try. The idea of fully embracing my femininity sparked a sense of empowerment within me. The next week was filled with the usual college routine, and I was busy with various assignments and projects. Finally, Friday arrived, and I returned home with a free mind, looking forward to a relaxing evening. As soon as I got home, I decided to take a refreshing bath to unwind after a long week. After my bath, I went to my bedroom and decided to just relax and take it easy. I laid back on my bed, enjoying the comfort and solace of my personal space. The memories of the Halloween event from the previous week still brought a smile to my face, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of happiness and contentment. While resting in my bedroom, I reflected on the past week, appreciating the simple joys of life and the wonderful experiences I had shared with my mother and friends. The thought of dressing up as Bobby and feeling the softness of the girl's costume brought a sense of comfort and belonging. As the desire to cross-dress once again tugged at my thoughts, I couldn't shake the feeling that I needed to share this with my mom. However, a sense of shyness and apprehension held me back. I wondered how she would react and if she would understand. Feeling a mix of nerves and excitement, I finally made the decision to embrace cross-dressing again over the weekend. I wanted to express my true self, but I was a bit hesitant to talk to my mom about it. After gathering my courage, I approached her and expressed my desire to dress up as a girl again. I told her that it made me feel happy and comfortable, and I asked if she would be okay with that. I also requested her help in painting my nails. My mom looked at me with a warm and understanding smile. She reassured me that she was completely supportive of my decision and that she would be more than happy to help me. She wanted to make the experience enjoyable and fun for me. After my mother gave me her wholehearted support for my cross-dressing, we decided to plan the transformation for the next day. We both agreed to discuss the details further after dinner. I left for my room to freshen up and gather my thoughts, while my mother prepared dinner. After we finished eating, we reconvened in my room to plan my next day's transformation. My mother began by asking me about the specific look I wanted to achieve. She wanted to understand my preferences so that she could help me find the perfect outfit and accessories. As we talked, my mother skillfully started to paint my nails. She chose a lovely shade of pink, and the gentle strokes of the brush made me feel pampered and cared for. After the nail painting, my mother gently asked me about my outfit choice for the next day. Without hesitation, I expressed my desire to wear a beautiful frock. With a smile, my mother explained that she didn't have a matching frock for me in her wardrobe. However, she had a brilliant idea: to borrow a pretty frock from our neighbor and family friend, Iris. While I felt excited about the idea, I also hesitated to express my cross-dressing desires to Iris. I was shy and worried about how she might react. My mom noticed my hesitation and sat down with me to talk about it. She reassured me that there was nothing wrong with cross-dressing and that Iris would be understanding and supportive. She reminded me of how long Iris had known me and that she cared for me like family. With my mom's encouragement, I mustered the courage to share my feelings with Iris. When my mom called Iris and explained our weekend plan, I nervously waited for her response. To my relief and delight, Iris was thrilled to help us. She told my mom that she would be more than happy to come over with a selection of pretty frocks, heels, and accessories for me to choose from. As the excitement grew, I felt grateful for the understanding and support of both my mom and Iris. With their encouragement, I knew the cross-dressing session would be a truly enjoyable and affirming experience. After our planning, my mother hugged me tightly, expressing her love and support once again before she left for sleep. I lay in bed, filled with excitement and anticipation for the next day. The scent of the nail polish on my freshly painted nails added an extra layer of femininity to my senses, making me feel even more connected to the idea of embracing my true self. As I closed my eyes, my mind wandered to all the possibilities that the next day would bring. I imagined myself twirling in the pretty frock, feeling the soft fabric brush against my skin. I pictured myself wearing the heels, standing taller and feeling more confident. The thought of accessorizing and styling my hair excited me, knowing that it would complete my transformation into the girl I had always longed to be. Though I was thrilled about the day ahead, there was still a small part of me that felt nervous and unsure. It was the fear of being judged or misunderstood by others outside the comfort of my home. But I reminded myself of the unwavering support from my mother and Iris, knowing that I wasn't alone in this journey. Finally, sleep enveloped me, and I drifted off into a peaceful slumber, my dreams filled with images of my upcoming cross-dressing experience. The night seemed to pass quickly, and as the morning light peeked through the curtains, I woke up with a renewed sense of determination and courage. I woke up early, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness as the day had finally arrived. After a refreshing bath, I got dressed in my usual clothes, savoring the anticipation of the beautiful frock and heels that awaited me. As I sat down for breakfast, my heart skipped a beat when I heard a soft knock on the door. It was Iris, holding a bag filled with the pretty frock, heels, and other accessories we needed for the day. My mother warmly welcomed her, and they exchanged smiles filled with shared excitement. Iris was a true friend, someone I could trust completely with my feelings and desires. She had a genuine understanding of what this day meant to me, and her presence filled me with reassurance and comfort. We sat down to enjoy a delicious breakfast together, chatting about how the day would unfold. My mother and Iris made sure to keep the atmosphere light and cheerful, helping me relax and ease into the transformation process. After breakfast, we moved to my bedroom, where we spread out the contents of the bag Iris had brought. The frock was even more beautiful than I had imagined. The heels were elegant, adding an extra touch of grace to the outfit. With the excitement building up, we began the transformation process step by step, starting with the delicate and feminine underwear. My mother had prepared a special set of lace panties and padded panties, designed to give a more feminine shape. As I slipped into them, I felt an instant sense of femininity wash over me. Next came the bra, a beautiful piece adorned with lace and designed to hold the breast forms. My mother gently guided me in wearing it, ensuring the perfect fit. She then carefully inserted the breast forms into the bra pockets, and as I looked in the mirror, I couldn't help but marvel at how they enhanced my silhouette, making me feel even more like the girl I always knew I was. To complete the foundation, we added an underskirt beneath the frock, giving it a graceful and elegant flair. With each layer of clothing, my excitement grew, and the reflection in the mirror was that of a girl ready to embrace her true self. As we moved on to the frock, I could hardly contain my joy. It was a breathtaking sight, and when I finally put it on, it fit like a dream. The soft fabric cascaded down around me, and I felt like I was floating on air, wrapped in a vision of femininity. Iris brings the most amazing frock, and as I slip into it, I can't help but admire how it complements my figure, giving me an entirely new and incredible look. The fabric feels soft against my skin, and I find myself lost in the moment, enjoying the wonderful sensation of being dressed in such a beautiful garment. After a few minutes of basking in the glory of my new dress, Iris gently interrupts my thoughts, reminding me that it's time to begin the makeup process. With a simple smile, I return to reality and take a seat in front of the mirror. Iris starts by applying a smooth foundation, and with each brushstroke, I relish the familiar and comforting scent that accompanies it. It's a scent that has become synonymous with my transformation, and it fills me with a sense of excitement and anticipation for the final look. As the minutes pass, Iris skillfully works her magic, adding touches of blush to my cheeks, enhancing my eyes with eyeshadow, and defining my lips with a lovely shade of lipstick. With every stroke of her brush, I feel myself becoming more and more like the person I've always felt I was deep inside. After finishing my makeup, my mother and Iris carefully adorn me with clip-on earrings that sparkle in the light. They then place a delicate necklace around my neck, and I feel a sense of elegance wash over me. The bangles on my wrists add a musical charm to every movement I make. Finally, they help me slip into a pair of elegant heels that elevate my confidence and poise. Iris gazes at me with genuine admiration, expressing how stunning I look in the frock. Her words fill me with a sense of pride and joy, and I can't help but smile brightly in response. My mother, who has been my unwavering support throughout this journey, looks at me with so much love and tenderness. She gently places a loving kiss on my forehead, reassuring me of her unconditional love. With my transformation now complete, I take a moment to admire myself in the mirror. The reflection staring back at me is not just a physical transformation but a representation of my authentic self, who I truly am inside. Embracing my femininity has opened up a whole new world for me. As I look at myself in the mirror, I no longer see just a boy wearing a dress. I see a person who feels beautiful, confident, and comfortable in their own skin. The experience of cross-dressing has helped me understand myself better. It has shown me that I truly enjoy expressing myself as a girl, and that is perfectly okay. I've come to realize that gender is not just about the clothes we wear or the societal expectations placed upon us. It is about being true to ourselves, embracing our authentic identity, and feeling happy in our own skin. As we sat in the living room, my mother, Iris, and I engaged in a heartfelt conversation. Iris had always been perceptive, able to read between the lines and understand what others might miss. During our talk, she looked at me thoughtfully, and then spoke with genuine sincerity. She pointed out that whenever I embraced my feminine side and dressed as a girl, there was a noticeable change in my demeanor. It was as if a different light shone within me, and I exuded a newfound sense of confidence and joy. I blushed, feeling a mixture of surprise and vulnerability. While I had always suspected that I felt more comfortable and happy when expressing my femininity, I never expected someone else to notice it so keenly. My mother, sitting beside us, nodded in agreement. She, too, had observed the same transformation in me whenever I had the chance to explore my true self. It was an unspoken truth that we had both come to accept and embrace. During our chat, Iris proposed that I dress as a girl every weekend, and I was shocked by her suggestion. I found myself wordless, not knowing how to respond. Surprisingly, my mother also accepted Iris's proposal, expressing her desire to have a daughter on weekends. The idea excited me, though I was still processing everything. With Iris's proposal about weekend cross-dressing, my mind was in a whirlwind of emotions. Shocked at first, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But as I pondered over her words, I realized that deep down, a part of me had always wanted this. It was as if Iris had touched upon a hidden desire within me that I had never fully acknowledged. After chatting, Iris left our house, leaving me to spend the rest of the day with my mom. She seemed genuinely happy with my new look, and her acceptance meant the world to me. Later that evening, as we sat together in the living room, my mother proposed that we go shopping for new clothes and underwear for me. The idea both thrilled and nervous me, but I knew deep down that it was a step I wanted to take. With a mixture of excitement and apprehension, I agreed to the shopping trip, and we planned to go the next day. As the evening approached, my mom gently guided me to remove the frock I had been wearing and take off my makeup. After her thoughtful suggestion, she offered me her night dress and underskirt to wear. I felt a mix of excitement and apprehension as I accepted her offer. Following my mother's instructions, I made my way to my room. Carefully, I removed the accessories, frock, and underwear I had been wearing. After that, I went into the bathroom and took a refreshing bath. Once I finished my bath, I returned to my bedroom and put on my mother's night dress. It was the first time I wore such a dress, and I noticed how soft and comfortable it felt on my skin. After getting dressed, I went to the living room to meet my mother. My mother and I sat down in the living room for a chat. As we talked, she gently proposed that I start wearing girls' dresses when I come back home from college. Surprisingly, I found myself accepting her proposal without much hesitation or further thought. It felt like the right thing to do, and deep down, I knew it was an opportunity to express my true self openly. My heart swelled with gratitude for having such an understanding and supportive mother. I felt a newfound sense of freedom and excitement about the journey ahead. After our chat, we had a pleasant dinner together, savoring the meal while continuing our warm conversation. Once we finished dinner, it was time to wind down for the night. We both went to our respective rooms to prepare for sleep.